use toss defensively and toss the teammates when you're running away, toss the teammate further up, trying to get them to safety. Avalanche toss is a good new combo as well, and well, with 3 grab changes, I think most people are gonna be fine with that. Do a few crazy things with it. Beastmaster though, pretty common hero these days actually. You know, time and time again, and not being banned out in first phase means that it's a very obvious first pick here for a lot of teams that I've seen. Execration is no exception here. They played it once in a series up against Geek Fam yesterday. They lost the game unfortunately, but we'll see where they go with this. It does provide you with a lot of push, which is going to be great, and looks like they're going to have the buff strat, right? Master, attack speed, aura, Ogre Magi with the Bloodlust. Going to be some sort of heavy right-click carry presence, either out of mid or the safe lane. Or perhaps yours that's turned into right-click as the really good damage dealers with the help of these kind of spells. Like Dragonite would come to mind. Want to add a little bit extra push. They've also ran a Monkey King, Juggernaut, these classic heroes. Together with that.
Execration's turn to ban.
Any ban? Not bad. Pretty solid opening, fairly flexible sense of like where you want to put on the pressure. Like you still open up to some sort of aggressive lane
remaining.
if you really want to. But for the most part, I believe Tiny's being run as offlaner, but I've seen it as a 4 position role as well. Bane also in that position where he will probably spend a few minutes in mid just trying to stabilize that, and then just doing Bane things all over the map wherever he's needed. So Clutch Gamers, they don't reveal too much with that just yet, but they might still be forcing out some bans like Mirana, which would come to mind immediately with the Bane. I think the Execration could even pick up for themselves if they want to. Don't have the best setup just yet. Orca with stun early on. Count too much. Eventually though, you'll have the Beastmaster Raw and into the arrow, and you can still pick up other combos if you want to.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You don't have that Nightmare to Sunstrike. Not gonna give that over to Clutch Gamers. Again, Meepo is still on the field. Wouldn't be too surprised to see it. Of course, they have some good single target already. They also have a good setup. I believe Clutch Gamers, if they go for that, then they'll want to try and wait until they see more about what Execration's game plan is. Because right now, oh yeah, they have buffs. Gotta pick a carry, guys. So much information here. But also gonna be able to push and maybe have a decent matchup here with the Beastmaster against whoever Clutch Gamers want to try and run in the safe lane. Tinker taken away.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I have no idea what you ban here. I just take out the Mirana or something, because I deal with the Nightmare to Arrow combo. Again, they also have the option to pick it themselves.
Dire team ban.
Okay. Want to pick that. To give it over the Clutch Gamers either. I mean, I already have some push with Tiny eventually. They don't quite have the attack speed buffs to go with it, so you might have to build an AC or something. But once you get to that point, you can take down towers fairly easily. So if you draft around this idea, alright, we're gonna fight, we're gonna have a good mid game, we're gonna just get kills here and there, we're gonna just slowly but surely transition into this point where if we win a team fight, we're gonna take all your buildings and fell swoop. That's what Tiny can gives you. You build him properly with that AC, attack speed kind of thing. Not quite as strong as it used to be with the old axe, but still have that tree for like what, 8 attacks or something? 6 attacks, something like that. You have plenty of swipes to bring down towers and then get that talent and still a 5-second cooldown, I believe.
Execration's turn to pick.
Gyrocopter, okay. Did do some good things. We saw that the other day as well. Not picked by Execration though, that was in the hands of New Beginning. They ran that against Clutch, so maybe taking some inspiration there. Cool things that you can do. Puck isn't really all that impressed by the Rockets in particular, so that ends up being a mid-matchup or something, then doesn't really care too much about that. That's probably going to be the safe laner here for CD. And then Gyrocopter provides an insane amount of magical damage, and eventually you can transition into a bit of a spread damage carry with a flag cannon. Also super useful against the Beastmaster's push. All of the summons that he has. So Beastmaster might end up going for a bit of a different build, just go for like Late Mail, I've seen that, Shadowblade, things, more picker focus here, more scouting focus with the setting up for the rest of his team, rather than pushing down lanes with something like a Necrobook. Because if you're not careful, you're just going to feed a lot of gold over to not just the Gyrocopter but also the Tiny. There's a very good wave clear between that already. At that point in the game. Something to consider. Timbersaw now. More magical burst damage here. Clutch gamers go in on a lot of that. A bit of slows from Gyrocopter. The homing missile can be situationally very useful. But most of the control really comes from the Bane in terms of single target and the Tiny with the avalanche and tossing around. So, but beyond that,
5 seconds remaining.
They just want to run over Execration. Looks like to me the problem is there's a good wave clear of their own, right? Puck with your orb, Jakira, obviously it's the better ones in the game. You can just drop down a Magpie, drop down a Dual Breath, rid of creep waves. If you want to slow down these kind of pushes from Clutch gamers, if you want to try and make them think twice about diving towers with no creeps to tank it for them. At the same time though, they have a Timbersaw, right? So in terms of tanking, once he has the max level armor, you can just tank towers for days. And Execration for now though, they have some good ways to deal with that, right? You have the Puck, can also benefit from the Blood Gloves to a decent degree, like he does build some good amount of right click here with Face Boots and perhaps even Veil. Just gets a little bit on top of that, so it's not the worst to have that extra attack speeds. So already have some synergy there. You're still looking for probably a physical damage as the last pick. But between the Puck and the Jakiro, even Ogre Magi, you already have a lot of magical damage to work with. Try and burn through this. A good mix too. Some burst, some damage over time. Good amount of coil, the Ice Path, and the Fire Blast as well. Magi. Gonna have to be praying for these multicasts for the once this game, I would imagine.
10 seconds
CG.
remaining.
Again, Bane doesn't only give you that offensive potential, it also gives you the ability to try and dodge out some of that damage with the help of that Nightmare. Something worth keeping an eye on there for sure. Okay. I was saying how they kind of like the control between the Gyro and the Timbersaw, but Earthshaker fixes that situation immediately. So yeah, so they either run Gyro mid or Timbersaw mid.
10 seconds
or
remaining.
Or they run Earthshaker offlane, Tiny in a forward position. Probably the other way around though. It's a toss up between Timbersaw and Gyrocopter and mids, so they'll probably see. I mean, it should be the Puck, right? This should be a carry pick if Execration. At the same time, they could also probably still go for some sort of aggro play. I've seen Beastmasters mid before even, but not against either Timber or Gyrocopter. It doesn't really work out. So it is the OD. Okay, so offlane Puck. Actually with on the Beastmasters, he's offlane. Gabby on DOD, is that? Yeah. Not the most common, but you have a lot of pure damage to work with. What is Copter? Oh no, that's a Timbersaw Claw that's just hanging out there. It looks a bit odd. Yeah. Roaming Jakiro. Gonna support Jakiro here together with the Ogre. Interested to see how that works out. Imprisonment can be useful here as a defensive tool. Set up for the ice path. I can see that working. Not gonna lie. Alright, game number 1, second best of 3 series of the day. It's elimination time. Clutch Gamers versus Execration here in the Galaxy Battles SCA. In case you're just tuning in, my name is Dragondrop. Happy to bring in this series. Well,
Prepare for battle.
bold strategy here that Execration throw out. See it works out for them. Looks like it is gonna be. It's safe lane OD and Puck taking over that mid lane with the tangos. I don't know what's happening to my mouse. I can't actually properly click on heroes. I'm gonna restart Dota real quick. Started it before, but it hasn't really fixed it. I can still like select heroes by bounding boxing, but that's and by clicking on portraits. But there we go. That's much better. You see the proper cursor now. Hopefully we didn't miss much, but generally speaking, I did theorize that the changes to boundary runes and everything would perhaps lead into more early game engagements, but
30 seconds to battle.
transition more into, or kind of stabilized into this where my gradient side's most likely going to go to the top and dire side's going to go to the bottom. Because that's where the high ground is at, so they can stick around here and then they get a bit of vision across to the other side. A little bit worse on this side of the map here, but it's still generally working out in this way, right? You get both bounty rune on one side of the map, and the other team gets it on the other. Then you have one of the supports block for you. He makes on a tiny, so he's doing that, rolling around a little bit. Jo sticking in the offlane a little bit longer. Again, team's still figuring out this this tiny. March running it as that offlaner here for Clutch Gamer, for Geek Fam, but Clutch Gamers preferring that 4 roll. But yeah, they do run a Timbersaw down here to be able to hold his own, like nicely up against the park in the early levels. Like just don't have the burst to threaten Timbersaw with that reactive armor. Gyrocopter up top. Bit of a dual lane here. Okay, Magi for now helping out the Beast Blaster, but this is lane we can just start spamming out the homing missiles. And eventually here, wouldn't be too surprised to see Chappie still max out the Rocket Barrage after this, because if you have Boomax, maybe tossing something back towards the creeps, yeah. An avalanche into the homing missile as well for the follow-up stun. You can essentially isolate some of these heroes. Oh, nice solo. He's just waiting for the courier to come by, by the looks of it. With a ward here, so they do see it if it goes towards the park, and it's there now. Or if it comes back, I guess. They'll be able to intercept it. He will not get that Null Talisman on the way though, unfortunately. Oh no! It just TP'd out! Oh no. Unfortunate, but he's already wasted a lot of time. Don't think James sent himself out south. I feel like he needed it. Okay, top lane. Oh, look at this. Boomax. So low. First one still goes the way of CT though. Bit of a brawl here. Flies solo with Rain Sap already used. Oh, still. Force use the Verify to make sure that he survives. They will stick around courtesy of that self too, but crazy exchange. Execration thought they could take a fight, but just barely losing out on the first blood. And even without the Rocket Barrage, Chappie just opting for the Flak Cannon instead. Again, also useful here against the Beastmaster Boar in particular. You can't really make good use of that without it always being threatened by the Flak Cannon shots, bringing it down. And if you feed the Boar a couple of times, well, it's a lot of extra experience on gold going over to the side of CG. Middle lane, Amel. Baby Potato rolls around, comes in with a deep. Not exactly the scariest thing on a Jakiro because of the limited attack speed, but that dual breath does his thing. top of the extra damage all the time, so they're threatening. That's what we're looking for right now. Armor, as long as he can keep up the reactive armor charges, though, he should be fine. Pick up another point in Whirling Death, and then at least 3 into reactive armor, one would think. Or potentially that's early point in the Timber Chain. But the problem in mid lane is that you don't have a lot of trees to work with. You need at least level 2 if you want to use it as like a reliable defensive tool. Just sitting inside the river. Picking up the first point into it now. That is tossed back. By solo. Level 2 choice. Uses Nightmare now. Main steps first. Lumix just gonna right click down. Trying to trade for Boombax here, but another toss. Nightmare whenever they need it here, just as a defensive tool, but well, that is just setting him up for later. Boombax camping with another Rock Barrage on top of the toss, so Boombax is actually gonna get lost in this one. Very scary lane here. Boombax as well. I mean, one thing a Tiny still gives you a lot of tankiness. No armor just yet until he gets a grow, but a lot of health points. Execration once again are thinking they can make a trade out of that, but diving deeper and deeper rather than trying to walk away. Big charge is not enough to keep him safe. Once a Lumic James, and okay, that's a haste rune too. By solo needs to be nightmaring up the puck, and that's what he does. But nice bleed flag here. Nightmare taken over by Lumic here, so James can punish the jaw and get the kill on a TP out. Now Fly Solo is actually still in trouble. James, decent duration left on that haste rune. The orb can't jump to this one here, so now has to go through into the trees. Rocket Barrage comes through, but it's spread between these two heroes, and yeah, he just gets the TP out back to base. So 2 kills for the puck. Very well done. It's just a gift from Icebrock. If there was anything but a haste rune, that doesn't happen. Period. Again, also good play there from Mimic. He has his head screwed on straight, if you will. Making sure to enable James and not waste time with a Nightmare. Toss in there, Fly Soul into Nightmare, alright. Again, this is the one cool thing that you can do with the Tiny too. You can toss in your initiators. Who needs Blink Daggers? Who even needs Blink Daggers anymore? If you just have a Tiny, it can just drop you right on top of the target, and well, Nightmare's easy follow-up makes for an easy kill onto Gabby. Pretty significant one too. We're gonna do a little bit of damage to the tower. They also have the siege creep coming through, but Gabby already respawning. Rage Potato also in the middle of that. 2 points up into the dual breath. And power available. Jo. Okay, turns around for the fissure. Should not really tick out of that. No further follow-up. Rage Shakira is looking for it, but it's not gonna be in range. Gabby could wrap around a little bit. I Lumic. 1.5 health. By solo joining up with him. Maybe got the other bound to fee. Nightmare up Lumic, but yeah. Nothing too crazy here. This one though, that's a little bit dangerous. Boombax, he can toss a tree. I don't think it would be enough damage, not quite. Oh, Coil coming through from James. Jo straight up TP's out. Boombax, not the mana for it. And it's not enough. The Cold Snap actually kills him inside the base. Then if damage being done, James will double kill again. They do lose. Rage Potato. He shows himself and takes a tree to the face, one would imagine. So that was a bit unnecessary, but hey. It is what it is.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This Dimmasaur though, like, James is getting these kills elsewhere on the map, but he's not really pushing armor. He has 3 points up into reactive armor.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Main team though is getting more and more levels. Like, he doesn't need a rotation from anybody. And Rage Potato might actually be enough to bring down the armor, but he's actually making full rotation top. Another toss in into the brain sap into a couple of right clicks, and another Timber Chain will finish up the Ogre match. I
told you to stop getting blood on my blade.
He's just doing that. Keeping straight back to the middle lane to count for that push. Good to know the Rage Potato was just waiting, itching for a chance to press that liquid fire on the tower. Yeah. He's able to sustain.
Not yours.
He's able to keep up with CS. That's the coil here. Really want to bring him down. The stick charges, silence. Doesn't have too many reactive armor stacks, but plenty to keep himself safe here. So far, so good. That's a call use. Meanwhile up top, bit of a fight here. Rocket Barrage doing a significant amount of damage here onto Lumik. Rocket still falling too with a flak cannon. A couple of extra attacks, but they need to go a little bit further if they want to commit. Rocket Barrage, well, there it is. Doing more damage. They bring down one, the Rock comes through, but a Nightmare leaves, and they're just standing next to each other for a while. And Shabby with a double kill. That's the strength of the Gyrocopter with face boots here this early on. They can just start to run people down. James coming into play. Maybe trade. He jumps across to the other side.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Wise decision. Not engaged there. Especially without the coil. A little bit too late to really turn that around. Look towards the Scimitar, right? Rotate once. But he has a Soul Ring, Arcane Boots, so... Okay, gonna get gone on again. Avalanche, toss back into the Rocket, into the Rocket Barrage. Not quite, doesn't actually have the mana for it, so it's just gonna have to be good old-fashioned right clicks. Boom max. Take that one swing with the big old tree. Myth, they're gonna try again. Armor. Same play again. Snaps the coil with the Timber Chain. Not sure about this one, and this time it will be enough burst between the Jakiro as well as the Yoga Matcha rotating around. Fly Solo and Jayo trying to make some trades happen here, but now they have to retreat themselves. The Nightmare, but Fly Solo still being slowed down. Goes for the Brain Tap on Raging Potato, trying to make that trade happen, but doing a good job just kiting it around. Raging Potato, Jakiro, this time he's the one with a double kill. Not sitting very low, but there's no way to really punish that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wait. Like, I think that he was so close, like, all was this far extended or so. And Timber Chain brought him this far. Like, you think you'd just be able to walk out, snap the coil, it's not the longest stun at level 1, then use the Timber Chain to get more distance, but I don't know. Maybe next time we'll think of it. James for now, looking for the rune. It's tossed down though into the Echo Slam, there it is! Follow-up control from Armel, it just burst him down. Not control, but follow-up damage here, I should say. Ouch! That was a dunk if I've ever seen one. Boomax can play basketball with these skills. Him and Jayo together. Are you really playing basketball if you are the basketball? Questions over questions here for the Earthshaker. Anyway, up top, Gabby and Boomax not together. They're gonna go on RR. Lumik is there, Invis. The Roar comes through. And doing a bit of damage back here. One Rocket Barrage available. James also making that rotation with the call. Shabby, he's actually in a lot of trouble here. Rift bad damage being done, but no ultimate, no anything. And now, Timothy, alright, he's here to clean house. Armel has enough of it. Timber Chain across. A lot of damage, but nothing to throw anyone to the grave just yet. James, well, maybe. Get the slows up. That is the Avalanche with fall control. Boomax. Finish that one off. Tosses Jakiro over the Fly Solo. Nightmare. Keep him there. And Armel, nothing. Soul Ring charge will finish that job. And losing Gyrocopter, not ideal. Earthshaker also takes out the damage over time, but they do get the turnaround kills, especially in the pack. So slowing down his momentum is going to be crucial for them going forward, because he's sitting at 5k net worth, even ahead of the Timbersaw with everything. The only one that's doing even better is Gabby down bottom. He's kind of been left to his own devices with all the action elsewhere. He also went for the Midas. So his net worth not quite fight effective just yet, but it will be eventually. The treads now into drums, so is that effective build? Imagine that he'll eventually also go for some Hurricane Pike. Pretty good against the Rocket, just good on OD in general. Oh, he'll get there if you don't account for them if you're clutch gamers. Right now, Gabby only has that one, still only has that one kill on his belt. Same time as all, they're also looking for the Stumble, so he does have the Hood of Defiance now. So going for that before the Bloodstone, right decision. Now, 3 heroes next to him. Is that going to be enough defensive potential? Maybe it is. Avalanche coming through, will miss. But we'll keep Execration away and Armor. Okay. Maybe think twice about that. You have some teams behind you. Another Echo Slam available too, so if they get the toss off, you can actually take this fight, but you need this B information. We also need
bottom
Fly
tower
Solo there,
is
but he's
under
TP's up top. Ammo. That's okay. Avalanche. Crush us, yeah. Let's figure there's an orb and the coil. I mean, actually use it to burn down boombacks. One more right click will do the trick, and there it is. Still gets a toss off from Armel, but can they actually bring down James? I don't think so. Not with Jo being able to get in and the extra bit of Echo Slam damage and whatnot. He finds a region rune too. Oh god. I had a bottle up, I believe. Yeah, he bottled it up earlier. Get the tower deny. All that doesn't change the fact that James is still doing very well. 6-2 and 3 on this guy. Gabby's also continuing to farm, so top lane. Okay, that helps too. Ara recovering a bit. Last couple of rolls have not really turned into anything. So no, together with Yoga Magi got themselves a kill. So the question is, what is Clutch Game's next step? You have the Mask Commanders now on Gyrocopters, so you're able to burn through all the Black-Handed charges pretty damn quick. You don't have some of these ancient stacks to work with. Or probably Chappy too. Boom makes just try and stack it up at another time. If he fails on this one, still the trouble. We'll stack on the other side.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Gyro's kinda keeping up. And it is the Timber Saw factor. Right? Ammo needs to be the one in the front line. They need to just try and get more kills, more objectives on the back of that. But that to work out, they also need the control to make sure that Timber Saw can get the damage out. For that they need to blink on Jo and gets himself a tower last, and he's getting closer to it. 400 gold away. Give or take. Once he has that, I think Clutch Gamers will turn up the heat. Gotta hope for their sake that Execration will not be quite ready by that point. Games already is, obviously, but OD actually go into these fights already with this kind of build if you want to. Let the Turrican Pike queue it up now, but now being scanned out. The entire team from Execration and Clutch Gamers a little bit more spread out. They don't have Jo. He wants his Blink Dagger right now, so it's a really good time for them. They coil hits on one. Green's good though, they turn around, kill immediately, get a turn kill immediately on to the Beastmaster. They also lose a tower, almost an inevitability. Now Feed's good down, so is the call down. James coming through, no coil to keep him in place. Trying to bait out some more spells or something. There's an opportunity, but 4 people there. Well, what can do there, but yeah. Again, CG, they didn't really want to take a fight there. Boommax kind of got caught out. Alright, it happens. They get a counter kill. With Beastmaster extending. For that even trade was in their favor, because right now, they've got enough space for Ryoshek to finish up the Blink Dagger. 60 minutes, not the worst timing. Now, next tile they defend, they'll have that available. Find an Echo Slam? What? Yeah, missed like, alright. Like, no, that doesn't make sense at all. But if you get an Echo Slam, like 2 or 3 heroes, fall down on top of that, Timber Saw just walking in. Need to finish up the Bloodstone 2. Maybe even go Blink Dagger this game. Have more mobility available. Dutch gamers have yet to hit that big timing, but they're getting there. They're looking for it. Out the park, always a bit tricky to go on. The other thing, what's the solution for that? I mean, Blink echoes instant initiation, but built down to how fast you can react. If James is quick enough on mashing the E button, it might just be a waste. It's a game of milliseconds here at that point. So the other way to approach this is, of course, hey, try and ignore the puck, just playing against them, kill everyone else really quickly, but the puck cannot feel comfortable continuing the fight alone. That's still a very viable strategy right now. Smoke around is 5, this is very obvious. I might still find Raging Potato. Rocket will make sure that he's dead. No rules anything to dodge anything. Drops the magnifier. That's alright. Well, full 5 on smoke here, a lot of time wasted for clutch gaming. The lanes are being pushed in regardless. Also courtesy of magnifier. So not getting anything else off of that skill immediately. Still looking for top, so 4 heroes around. Armor can probably just tank up the tower. Without creeps. There's no backdoor region for that. So. Not really doing that decisively though. CG. That they want to fight bottom. They want to make use of the Blink Echo.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But Execration is not giving them the opportunity. They're reading the map so well. They also have some good deep vision, especially on this bottom side of the map. So one on the high ground, another one in mid, just to keep an eye on any sort of rotations there. Being short of the smoke here will... Oh god, fight solo. He's gonna go in. James with a Dagon here, the Rona onto Boomax, and okay, that's a Siren to the clubs. 3 years down, straight off the bat. Now the banishment here with... Now Jail was in the middle of that too. Not ideal, he Ice Puff him too as well. They're just picking him down one by one. Triple kill for Gabby. Boomax gonna be the 4th, and no, never mind. Lumic gonna get that tick out, and yeah. Earthshake, I believe he blinked in, but got caught, he died. Kill will fly solo. I didn't even see him. He annihilated on, to be quite honest. He just was not there. I don't know. Yeah. Copy. Oh god. Next on list James. Follow silence. To get the slow off on the dual breath. Actually, no trouble with Jo. There it is. That's the big Kako Slam. Follow up into the call down. James still gets phase shift off. Avalanche will still find him in the end. The imprisonment will only save Raging Potato for a little bit. All our controls there and armor cleaning house. Now the field scope there onto the OD. CG coming right back with a great fight of their own. That's what I wanted to do last time. I get it here. The 2 big cores. Well as the Jakiro. Gold swinging right back. But overall, advantage still in favor of Execration. They're gonna lose the tier 1 tower there too. Of course, getting the tier 2s and mid and bottom also was part of that big swing in their favor. CG will be able to undo a decent amount of that, especially with the Bloodstone on Timber's side. I fell in the last fight down at 11 charges immediately. Time to bring that back up. I guess we're down to 10 charges, now we get an extra 22. Regardless, right, he's back up to 11. It's serviceable. Not ideal, but serviceable. Also reduce the mana regen on that per charge. Yeah, 0.35 for them. Damn. Oh, Shadow Blade. Maybe use of that here. Doesn't have a draw available here. James and Miller too. Okay, yeah. There's 100 to 0 in like half a second. 1000 damage done in the blink of an eye. Well, that's Dagon for you. One click and Dagon. Open the Veil, silence the other nukes that they have. That's a bit of an issue. You can try a couple against BKB, it's not going to be enough because he gets Order of the Shadow Blade. It's not going to be able to get it off, so they need a massive amount of sentries. Or Lincoln Sphere for him too. Oh, it's not item betting against that. Solar Crest, it is targeted, but it doesn't disable Lincolns because it would be silly. Max, alright. He's still farming up the Beastmaster creeps. Now, for Shem. Seamus no though. James, he's in this. I don't see him. He sees them though, looking to try and finish up Fly solo immediately here, but now Fog Control is there, the Avalanche doesn't quite find him after the phase shift. Now trying to run him down inside the trees. Does have another orb in a second. You get it. Now the toss, they get it off immediately into the stun. Yeah, nicely done. Now the Echo Stamp, finish up the Akira. Didn't quite get anyone else, but does get the Fisher Faller. Gabby with a double kill already. Lumic and Gabby, now they're on the run. Boomax, for another task. That's it, the Avalanche instead. Now Armel taking over as the frontliner. Lumic will force stuff out. He's just not walking far enough. Or fast enough, I should say. Armel on killing spree. Back up 14 charges. JR finds the fish up on a high gun. Boomax with the toss. Avalanche in the second here. Gabby, he can't even get the imprisonment off. I did not expect that. But JL on the money with these fishes, with these Echo Slam.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The Echo Slam itself only really hit a Rage Potato, but the fissure on Lumic as well as Gabby, and then that extra one in the end. Roshan hasn't even fallen. Execration did not bring it down fast enough. They engaged into that fight. James making the decision. Hey, it's first down Bay, easy pickings, right? Oh no. Another freebie here. RR coming through. Chappie still got the Aegis. They do bring down Jay at the very least. James should also rejoin the fight with that burst. Everyone's super low. Boomac might actually take out the Caterpillar time. Throws down one more Avalanche. Ignite. Not quite enough. James is there though with the orb. And he's going for double kill. Flies solo. Left to his own device up top. Ice bombs cancel TP. So this offlaner as well as the 2 supports. Triple kill for James. Which is not a deal. So at the very least he's gonna feel better, but his opponent now it's gonna finish up at level 3 Dagon as well, likely. What happened to this bottle? Sell it? Must have sold it. Oh well. Better. But at least Chappie survived from Timbersaw. Just holding on to these Bloodstone charges is gonna be continuing to be important. And they managed to the Aegis, also have the BKB at the ready. So this is still a huge power spike for CP if they manage to find another team fight with these items. Team fight with the Aegis. Wait for another Echo Slam. So available now. Oh yeah, Execration. I think try and get out of there. Boomax, even with Blink and 4-star, not able to get close enough. Potato and Mimic able to walk away from this one. But yeah, they're gonna look for another Echo Slam together with that Aegis push. The question is what lanes they're gonna be on, because right now all of them are being pushed out. Mimic Rebirth mid, bottom lane being taken care of by James. Top lane also way in the dire side of the map. Would come up here, but the vision's pretty good actually here from the Raiden. They see the Hawk. Also have a ward here, which got countered by Fly Solo, so we'll play in that one too. Yeah, them limiting that. And always the big challenge, just finding the angles, finding that initiation. Patient, I don't know that they should give it to them. They're in a very compromising position here right now. But yeah, they're backing off. I don't think you want to fight into an agent. Is that strong. But, well, as I say that, the roar up Fly Solo in the back, the calls, not immediate from JO. So, can he get the X Slam off? He cannot. He wound up for the Fission instead. So 2 years down, including Armel, who was isolated from the rest of his team there, so he couldn't help him out. Chappie pops the BKB, turning things around with Rocky. He should be able to flinch out Ring Potato if he wants to commit for it, but he doesn't. Boomax. Well, 1, 2, 3, I'm on a killing spree. James with the double kill. Taking it away from Gabby. So it's debate it. This is why these guys are the pro players and I'm not. Realizing, hey, if we spread out like this, we can have kind of bait them in, because that's exactly what happened now. Or how? Oh, was the Bane there? Not anymore. And now the base is actually in a lot of trouble. That will be there in a couple of seconds. Chappie does have the Aegis, but no BKB for another 35 seconds. And Gabby, he's just stolen so much intelligence. 72. And his Eclipse hasn't even been used in the last fight, and there it is now. He's gonna bring down the Timbersaw one more time. The Fisher will control him up. Chappie, oh, he'll show you the Aegis. There with the Echo Slam. Not really doing nearly enough though. He's gonna burn down inside the Macropire. Chappie, next on the list. Dude, look at Macropire though, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, this might just be game, honestly. They don't have any reason to stop. Gabby, still sitting at Emma, there we go. Still sitting on 44 intelligence. Some of that expired from the initial fight, but we'll be able to get at least a 1 set. Don't know what will stop them from getting second. They can't get top because there's still tier 2 there. Limiting factor. And if Dale comes back, he's not going to have an Echo Slam. Execration just feels super strong right now. And again, I can't really blame him. Not exactly the type of thing that CG's lineup is ready to deal with, especially without the gyrocopter spamming down the waves. Don't take too many chances. Go max down. This is the Avalanche doing 4 staffs. And now they're down 1.5 sets of racks.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Alright. When we're Bloodstone, we're a big sad boy when it's down to 6 charges. Oh, didn't even get a chance to deny himself just yet. That's how good the control is on Execration, this target fire.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
And it's also Gabby, right? Gabby and James together, these two cores. James kind of won the mid lane, and Gabby left his own devices in bottom, accelerating forwards with that Midas. Proving to be quite the nuisance, to say the least.
Dire's top shrine.
You can force out the way the creeps, it doesn't die to his own creeps, so he still gets the last hit. Hilarious. Oh, sorry, he Hurricane thrusted it away. That's the name of the active ability on the Hurricane bike. The more you know. Talked about that yesterday. But yeah. Yeah, but he wouldn't soon get too much about that. We'll finish the game. Fell down top lane. Why not? GG. They have one more fight left in them. Not like the game's over. They can win with a big Echo Slam. There's no buybacks whatsoever. 30 gold away though on your shake at the very least. But yeah. Execration. You also know it. Maybe respect that, so instead something else. Woke up. There it is. Oh, force a forward J.O. They take him out of the picture immediately. Doesn't have enough gold from his buyback. Didn't actually get it in. Now the call. Get with the Wiki B. Stein off the front. Take around. Fly Soul doesn't get any spells off. Armor. Not exactly the right place to fight for him with no trees. Timber chain across to only the one and back. Oh, lost 3 heroes. Lost 4. He gets an eye of this time. Buyback coming in, but GG will play his call already. You have no damage to follow up even if you excellent now. Okay, that's. Oh no. Oh well, it is what it is. Execration, just find the right team fights. Not scared about that Aegis here. It was a great one for clutch gamers around that Aegis. Or before that, I should say. That big Echo Slam up top as well. The initial one that he got. But ultimately Execration just took more fights and better fights overall. And that led them to be able to just get out of control essentially. Just take down racks. Again, clutch gamers, they're not really the kind of lineup that can deal with those sort of pushes properly if you're not on an even footing. Alright. That means we're gonna go to game number 2. Clutch gamers